Right, so last night I got a few good games in with the. Is that? Yeah. I got a good few games in with Nalia, so played 2 rounds, and I want to talk about my impressions. First impression is, oh my god, is she fun? She's fantastic. I love this deck. It's got a lot of decisions. A lot of stuff happens every turn. She reminds me of my Frodo and Sam deck, to be honest, where it doesn't always win, but I always have shit to do. So I really like that. What worked well? I didn't see most of the. So the genie was playing his new Mrs. Bloomborough, Ms. Bloomborough. She's not married. She's still a maiden. Ms. Bloomborough group hug, his precon, and he kept getting both rounds I played. He got the card out. Forget what it's called. Doesn't matter. Where everybody draws 2 cards and he can play two lands. He can play additional land each turn. So I got kind of a skewed view of the deck. This guy is fantastic. This is Sheldon Maneri, by the way. I didn't know that. So when I ordered it, I was looking at Cherny Retiche, my LGS, and they had the other version and this version wasn't very expensive, so I ordered it. Didn't even really think about the art. I only saw the little tiny image on my screen. And then I'm playing him last night. I had him in play and I'm looking at him. I'm thinking, that actually looks like a real person. It looks like somebody I've seen before. It looks like Sheldon. Holy shit, it's Sheldon Maneri. And I told the other lads. And Sheldon who? Well, one guy's Slovak, the other guy's a Russian. So they both got started into Commander. They didn't really play EDH. They've always been playing Commander. And they don't read the articles I read on the English websites and the US sites. So they never heard of Sheldon Maneri. So I told them who he is and how he created the game that we're playing right now and that we love so much. And then I came home to verify it. Well, when I got home, I logged on to verify it. And yes, so this is the Sheldon Maneri Secret Lair bonus card. Keen Duelist. So that is Sheldon. And it's fucking great. So if you don't have one, and you have a deck that can run one, get one. They don't cost that much. Even if you get the other version, I forget what it looks like. So at the beginning of my upkeep, you and target opponent, and I was switching the targets. And at one point, with Nalia out, I can look at the top card of my library every time. So if Nalia's out, I can look at the top card and I know if it's going to hurt or not hurt, if it's a land or something else, and how badly it's going to hurt. So I can pick and choose, okay, I don't want to hurt this guy too much, I want to hurt that guy a lot. So, that aspect, and the Genie and Cube didn't seem to be catching on that I was doing that. I was just looking at the top card of my library whenever I feel like it. So, you each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other guy. So if I have if I have a land, the other guy loses 0. If he has something that costs 2, I lose 2. But we both get those cards. It's kind of like a group hug Dark Confidant. In fact, that's pretty much what he is. Got out the Zulaport Cutthroat. He worked pretty good. Didn't get Squad Commander. I had Rumor Gatherer in play for about 2 turns before both games I died. Both games, neither game I won, but I was having a lot of fun. And one of the reasons I lost is because I was focusing on Cube, and he was playing fast, aggressive decks, so he was able to outpace me. And I was ignoring the Genie because I wanted to see what his deck does. So Cube overran me, mainly because we're all drawing 2 cards a turn and we're all playing 2 lands a turn. So that adds up. What else came? This guy? Yeah, he's alright. Ray's dead. Might replace him. Jezza Goldmane, did get him in play, triggered his ability, and what happened? I triggered his ability and attacked Genie because Cube had died, or Cube was doing something, and by then Genie had a handful of counters, handful of combat tricks, so there is no point in continuing the game. But it did trigger him. Didn't get hurt him. This guy was a lot of fun. I had him in play for a few turns. So, Cube, I attack these 4 creatures, and by the way, you lose an additional 4. Why? This guy. Oh, yep. Oh, indeed. Had Pretender out, but didn't get any more clerics, really, so he didn't get bigger. Luris. Oh, Luris is fucking awesome. I had Luris, and, God damn it. Angelic Renewal. So I had Luris and Angelic Renewal. So I kept, whenever a creature died, okay, Angelic Renewal. Luris would recast it, so that was highly effective. Battle Frontline Medic, highly effective. Oh, he became a priority target. He was like, okay, which is the guy making them indestructible? After 3 or 4 turns of me attacking with multiple indestructible party members, he's like, okay, swords it, get rid of it. I don't want to see that shit again. All right, so he's good. So that was the game. It was a lot of fun. I think I have one too many lands. Right now I have 37 lands. The thing is, 2 of them do nothing without an additional condition. But because the deck runs low to the ground, most things are CMC 4 or below. I have very few things above CMC 4. I'm thinking to take a land out, go down to 36 lands. I've got 4 mana rocks. Might be on the edge, but I'm going to try that. So Temple of False God does nothing unless the condition is met. Let's see, this one just hurts me all the damn time until I get rid of it. And of course, Cabal Coffers does nothing really unless I have Urborg or multiple swamps in play. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll take out a plains. So I'll take out a basic plains, put something else in. Something else I thought of is I took out the Grave Titan, I took out the Sun Titan. I didn't really miss the Sun Titan. I thought I would, but I didn't. And Grave Titan, since that's gone, I don't have a lot of zombies in the deck, so I really don't need this. I really don't need Necromancer's Covenant. Yeah, it will exile a few creatures. It depends on, it's highly swinging. Last night, so I got Lisa out. Lisa says whenever an opponent's creatures would die, they get exiled instead. So from that point on, they weren't putting more creatures in the graveyard. So even if I cast it, and I was holding it in my hand, but I think Genie had no creatures in his graveyard, Cube had 4, and none of them were ones I would be worried about them being resurrected. So to spend 6 and get 4 2/2 life, yeah, it is more creatures, but it just didn't feel like anything I needed to do when I wanted to cast more creatures, build the party, keep the party going. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take out Necromancer's Covenant. What else is good? Darkness. Saved my ass for a turn. Cube attacked like 29 points of damage. And I said, can your creatures find me in the darkness? And he said, is that some kind of fog? Yes, exactly. It's black fog. Okay, no, they can't find you. Good. Good. I remained hidden. Everything else was just kind of... Didn't see the top. Didn't get stick together. Really needed it at one point. 1, 2, 3. 3 board wipes. So the ancillary cards work. What I want to do is review the warriors, clerics, and zombies. Let me get some room in here. Push the speaker back. So let's just stack them. Wizard, warrior, cleric. Push the keyboard back. Can you see everything still? Not really. Push the speaker back more. Put Nalia there. Okay, she's standing up fine. Cleric, 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 rogue, cleric, angel, wizard, rogue, warrior, warrior, wizard, everything. I'll count those later. So what I want to do is, I didn't feel like I had enough party members available. I didn't feel like I had enough warriors, wizards, rogues, clerics. I had a lot of clerics. I mean, they kind of flesh out the rest of the deck. And what I want to do is review them. I'm going to order a few more from my LGS. Some interesting wizards, cheap ones. See, look, there's the cleric stack. Luris is staying. Blood Baron, I don't know. Maybe stay. Maybe Frontline Medic is definitely going to say. Doom Necromancer, he did good work. Alright. So if I take out the land and Necromancer's Covenant, that gives me 2 slots. Right now I have 5 native wizards. I have 5 native warriors. I have 3 native rogues. So I need... Did I miss anyone? Did I make a mistake? Did I screw it up? Let's see. Well, she counts. So she's the 4th rogue. Vampire. Orc. So she's the 4th rogue. So I need a 5th rogue. I thought about putting a Dalthy Voidwalker in there. I've got a 4 Dalthy Voidwalkers in my in a modern deck, but I don't want to break up the modern deck by taking it. So I would just put in some. I mean, with Luris and the Dream Den, Voidwalker is perfect. So let's look at Luris again, because she was just fantastic. So sacrifice Voidwalker. Cast a spell, recast Voidwalker with Luris, and whatever is exiled still has those counters on them, so I can do it again. She's just key, so leave her there. Let's review the other creatures. Deathbringer Liege, yeah, making creatures bigger is good. Athreos, do I need Athreos? He's cheap to cast, he's indestructible. I should hit Devotion pretty quickly, so he's good. That protection from white and black, black and white, that's relevant. The lifelink is relevant. I'll keep him. I will put him on that stack. I will put him on that stack. I will put him on that stack, and this will be in the cleric stack. So I'm still missing a rogue. Lisa was great. So Evgeny cast a spell. Again, I can't remember what the name of it is. I don't play it myself. Where everybody picks a creature. That creature can no longer attack the caster of the spell or a planeswalker they control, and sacrifices the rest. So I kept Lisa, and that's when everybody exiled their other creatures, and mine should have gone back to my hand, but I forgot it does that. I actually forgot it does that. There are so many things going on in this deck, and I have a copy of her in. I'm pretty sure I have one in Ikrisidiki Sudarkando, but she doesn't come up. I don't play the deck very much, so I forgot. And then a turn later, I'm like, wait a minute, all my creatures should have come back to my hand because she didn't die. Crap. So we had to rewind the game a little bit because of my stupidity. But keep her. Now let's cut down on a couple of clerics, because I realized there are some things that I want to change. So I really want, she's a wizard, not a rogue, cleric. I really want 8.5 tails. I realized with all the exiling effects, all the crap that's going on, I really do want something that gives protection from white. So 8.5 tails needs to go in somehow. And then nobody else is a run. I could put her in as a second wizard, as another wizard. I just, he's great, but he doesn't fit the party theme, and putting in the zombie theme just distracts and distracts from what I'm trying to do. And Maskwood Nexus, yeah, it's fun, but it's not necessary in this deck. I usually, I mean, turn 1 on both games, I don't think I did anything. Turn 2, I played somebody. Turn 3, Nalia herself came down. Turn 4, so by turn 4 or 5, I think by turn 6, I had a full party. So that was great. So anyway, 8.5 tails. If he replaces a Necromancer's Covenant, okay, I'm still at 100 cards. So who do I really want to keep? Bygone Bishop. So whenever I cast a creature spell, CMC through. With Luris, that becomes a lot more reliable, a lot more doable. Do Necromancer. When he's active at instant speed, I can just bring a creature back. Most of the creatures are small though, so they're not that impressive. Let's see, Frontline Medic, yeah, definitely want him in there. Mother Runes, yep, definitely want her. Ravos. So my other creatures get bigger. He's only a 2/2 flyer. He costs 5. When I had the full party with Nalia attacking, or just at combat, at the declaration of combat, even before I attack, all my creatures get a +1/+1. So he costs 5. I do need the flying, and I can bring somebody back. So let's keep him for now. Her, I don't know. I didn't get her in play for 1, and for 2, unless I have Cabal Coffers, Urborg, and a lot of lands, I'm probably not going to be activating it. Or maybe just opportunistically, because I want to keep casting creatures. So let's think about her. Him, yeah, Shadow, Destroyer Enchantment, fuck yeah. Withered Wretch, deal with graveyards, oh yes. Go find lands, hell yeah. Mengar the Diplomat. I had him in my hand, I was going to cast him, but he got killed. And I was going to see how he works. I think he's going to work really good. So let's keep him. Selfless Spirit, yes. Indestructible is good. Envoy the Ancestors. So if I have a full party, okay, I'm going to combat. And Nalia says, okay, everybody gets bigger. Everybody gets modified. So they all get lifelink. She said a dude or a chick? I don't know, it's really hard to tell. Anyway, this dude is good. Proliferate, yeah, if they're modified, yeah. Let's see, Micaeus, I didn't get him in play, but he sounds like he's going to be really good. He looks like he's going to do a lot. Plus, I can cast with Luris, so Luris says you can cast something cheaper than 2. He doesn't say you can't spend more after that. Didn't really look up the rules, but I've got somebody online on the channel, I forget his name, who said that? Somebody told me it works like that. He gave me the answer I wanted to hear, and I love him for it, because I love it when I get the answer I want to hear. And that guy was... what? Lackashak 4122. The hell kind of... That can't be right. Let's go back to content. What the hell is his username? Alan. No, it is. It is. Lakan Shakach 4122. You need a better username, dude. I can't really say that. It's not really pronounceable. But anyway, thanks for confirming what I wanted to hear about Micaeus. So Micaeus stays. So Doom Necromancer, instant speed recursion. She only puts one +1/+1 counter on a target creature. But if that creature's Micaeus, then I can remove it and put it on everybody. That's probably pretty good. Bygone Bishop, break cast a spell. Okay. And flying. So her, I'm not sure about her. And when I get I'm ordering a bunch of cheap rogues and warriors. That's really what I'm missing. Obviously, I've got a ton of clerics. Clerics are not a problem. Wizards are not a problem. Rogues and warriors, I don't have a lot of. So I ordered a grip of those. Some of them, only a couple I'll use, but they're all so interesting. It's going to be tough deciding what goes in and what doesn't. Rankle, Master of Pranks. Ordering him, they've got him cheap, even in foil, so he can be one of the rogues. What else is interesting that I'm thinking of here? Let's see. Bold Plagiarist. When it's in play, if your opponents would put a creature on a creature counters on a creature they control, the Plagiarist gets the same kind of counters in the same number. So that could be interesting. That could be really interesting. Slaughter Specialist. What does that guy do again? It's a vampire chick. And she... Come on, where is it? Okay, when she comes into play, each opponent creates a 1/1. So all my opponents get a 1/1 white human creature. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, Slaughter Specialist gets a +1/+1 counter. So she encourages things to die. And even if I don't use her in this deck, I know I'll use her in something else. I don't know what. Probably Edgar, because she's a vampire. And Edgar loves vampires. So that's what I've got. That's what I've got for now. So I still need at least another rogue. But I'll throw that out later. Anyway, that's Nalia. That's the deck. It was great. I had a lot of fun. Although kind of weird vibe last night. I don't know what it was, but everybody seemed kind of a bit off. Probably because we didn't play last week. Probably the weather changing. But yeah, it's great because I'm chasing a goal. I have a goal when I play her. I'm trying to build a party, and then I'm trying to keep the party. And then I'm trying to smash the party. And then I've got all these fucking triggers all the time. Just like Proto and Sam. Only without the green. And less hoppity. Hippity hoppity doo.